Hey everybody, Brock here. Just want to go over my weekly stock picks, which unfortunately will not be here this week. As I mentioned, my post is just going to be too dangerous. I would rather you guys be a little upset with me right now than for me to risk you guys lose money. I would prefer that we sit on hands this week. It's going to be extremely volatile. I do not think there are a lot of really high probability setups. I've already checked a bunch of them and they're not looking good. Market is dipping pretty hard right now. I have something else for you though. I'm not going to leave you empty-handed. But first, let's go ahead and dive into the S&P 500. Okay, so let's look at the S&P 500. This is the chart I have right now. As you can see here, we have the ABC correction after the 5 wave, followed by a new one. If this dips any lower, I'm going to start thinking that this is off. So let's go ahead and assume it dips a little bit lower this week, which there's a high probability of that. There's two different scenarios that are coming into play here. So the first one is the one I showed, which, is right now looking less likely. So this could be coming down for an a B, and then it goes a little bit down more for a C before, it comes up for this, big 5, wave. So that's one setup. That is a setup that I'm okay with. I would, it'd be nice. We do need to kind of see these next couple, the next level here is going to be very important. We could see a dip right around election time, depending, no matter who gets picked, we should see it start to go up because there will be less uncertainty. So the other, and this is the nightmare scenario. We got W here, we got an X here, and then we got the it's a failed wave, so then we go deeper down for the Y. And that would be really bad, and then we'd have to restart all over, doing the 5 wave here. So we hope that this option is not the one, but you never know. So, okay, let me show you what I have for you instead of stock picks. So what I did is I went ahead and I went through, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you all the long-term investments that you can make right now, and I'm going to go through a bunch of different sectors that I think are going to be really strong in play. So right off the bat, let's look at tech, right? So the technology sector, I'm only going to pick the one or two that I think are for sure going to take off. Some are a little risky, but these are the strongest in their sectors. So, in my opinion, I've checked some of their fundamentals. I've been watching all these guys for the past, years. So these are all strong picks. So right off the bat, tech, Microsoft. Name one company that doesn't use Excel or Word or Microsoft Suite. They all do. The Xbox. Microsoft's a huge company. It has Microsoft cloud services, stuff like that. This is huge. This is going to be a big one. So Microsoft, I am on board. They're going to be a big tech one. They're 13.3% off their 52-week high. So this is a discount. I'm all these percentages are companies that are how far they are from their 52-week high. Apple, as you know, is about to enter its super cycle. So let's think about this. Apple just, they marginally beat earnings, but let's think about this. Did they warn everyone before the 11 came out that the 12 would be 5G? Why do you think they would do that? So that they know there's going to be a dip. They know that they're coming to an end of a cycle with their iPhones. They knew the iPhones were going to be down. Apple is full of really smart executives and they make incredibly good business decisions. They have for almost their entire existence. So if you think that this is the beginning of the end, then you keep selling. I'm going to keep buying because this is the beginning of a brand new wave. I can almost guarantee you that the Q4 earnings, the iPhone sales are going to be through the roof. Because think about it, 33% of all current iPhone owners are up for an upgrade. So there's going to be a huge purchase of Apple iPhones. So, and they're 21.7% off their 52-week high. I am high on Apple. I think they are going to blow up soon, and you want to be in before they do. So all these are long term. All right, eHealth. eHealth has become very popular. Teladoc, they had M&A with Livongo, 22% off their 52-week high. They're a great company. They're, with COVID, people aren't going to want to go in the office as much. eHealth is going to be very big. COVID. Abbott testing, this is only going to go up because there's going to be more and more testing. They're going to purchase millions. We might even get the billions of tests purchased from Abbott. So I foresee them only going up. They're 8.8% off their 52-week high, which I think was only 2 or 3 months ago. So I like Abbott's going to be a good one too. For fintech, Square. Nobody's going to want to use cash anymore because of COVID, all the spread and everything. So a lot of people are going to use their cards. Square, huge for small businesses. And as soon as small businesses get up and running, everyone is shifting more to this. And I think Square is in a really good spot to continue up. They're purchasing Credit Karma. They've got plans in the future to even here offer like be a stockbroker. So, a lot of good things going on with Square. PayPal also, they just started allowing Bitcoin. They're a huge 14% off their 52-week high. Consumer discretionary, Starbucks and Amazon, two quality companies. Amazon is king right now. They're going to only continue to get bigger. They're only going to continue to grow. They got so much money on cash on the sideline. Starbucks, if there's one thing that you could not live out without during the lockdown, it was Starbucks. Starbucks continued to perform throughout this entire time. So these are two big ones I'm in for consumer discretionary. Industrials, this is the big one. This is the risky one. Boeing and Spirit Airlines. Let's start with Spirit. So for Spirit Airlines, we are going to start traveling more, but it's not going to be international for a bit. People are still going to be afraid in the beginning. So Spirit does only within the continental U.S. So they're going to be very popular. Trips to Vegas, trips to Utah, trips to Arizona, Texas. They go all over the place. They're a very good airline. I think this Spirit Airlines is a winner. I think they're the first one to kind of take off. Boeing, 737 MAX. That's all it comes down to. You will not reach its 52-week high for probably 2 to 4 more years, but I can see this having a big pop as soon as they get that 737 MAX certification. So Boeing and the airlines, they all go hand in hand. So when airlines do well, Boeing's going to do well because then they'll start buying more airplanes from Boeing. So this one's a bit risky, but this one also has the highest reward as well. As you can see, look, they're both in 60% from their 52-week high. So be careful here. This is the one I'd say is the riskiest, but like I said, biggest reward as well. So big box. So Target and Walmart. Walmart, I own shares of Walmart in my long-term accounts. I think they are going to be a winner in the future. Target, same thing. They're a winner. They're not as set up on the e-commerce side as Walmart. The Walmart CEO started working on the e-commerce and getting ready for this time about 6 years ago. So Walmart's got a big, quite a few steps ahead of Target, but Target still is, it's kind of a slightly different demographic than Walmart. So, I think they're both going to do good, both roughly around 10% off their 52-week high. EVs, these are Tesla and NIO are going to be winners. NIO is obviously Chinese, Tesla is American. I think both of these are winners. We are going to eventually going to convert our entire automobile industry into electric vehicles. And gee, why not go with the innovator? Why not go with the one that was there first? I think Tesla's a winner long term in the future. They have a lot to grow, a lot to make. There are going to be competitors that come up out of nowhere, like they're already starting. But Tesla was the original. They've got a big lead. I think that the biggest thing they got is they got Elon Musk, which none of those other companies have. So Tesla and then NIO is backed by the Chinese government. I think this is a $100 stock by the end of next year. That's my personal opinion. So workout from home, Peloton and Lululemon. I know what you're saying. Lulu, that's a clothing brand. Well, they also purchased Mirror. So the question is have we converted people to at-home workouts as opposed to going to gyms? With COVID still going on, and even when we get a vaccine, people will be afraid to go into sweaty, places that were already considered dirty. So like gyms, a lot of sweat, a lot of people in there. A lot of people won't like that. So the Mirror is going to be very popular. So Lululemon 20% from its too high, and Peloton. Peloton's been killing it. They're back ordered for months. So they're going to do really good. And then semiconductors. These two, AMD and Nvidia, they are the end of Intel. They're going to eat Intel's lunch for the next 10 years. Nvidia purchased ARMS, AMD purchased Xilinx. So both of them have done a merger and acquisition this year, and they're both set up extremely well for the future. Both, 15% off its 52-week high for Nvidia, 21.3% for AMD. And that is my list of long-term stocks that I think you should look at. But before, I know your question is, well, when do we know? How do we know this is going to go? Well, let's look at the SPX chart. Okay, so what I'm reading and what I'm hearing from a lot of analysts and what I'm seeing, I kind of agree with. What they're saying is that we are coming up on a new super cycle. A super cycle means that a very long Elliott wave just ended. And what they're kind of saying is that we have the 1, 2 here, a very, very long 3. We had this incredible bull run from 2016 all the way until, we all know what happened in March. So, and then that was the dip for the 4. As you can see, it did not cross wave 1, which is one of the rules of Elliott wave theory. And so now it's saying that came up. This is the part where, could this be a sideways ABC? That is possible. It definitely is. The only question is, The only question is though, or is this just part of, here, let's go ahead and draw this out. Get rid of this guy. Or is this part of an A? We're going to pop for B, come down for C, and then go on the one. So there's a few different options. I hope it's it's this one, because that means we're going to pop up soon, and then we can take off for a very, very long bull run. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. That's why I'm saying long-term investing right now is a smart idea. A lot of these things are in discounts. I see us going on a very long bull run coming up. This could be a great way to really increase your stocks value and invest for the future. So, all right, guys, rough week coming up. It was rough week last week. A lot of uncertainty in the market. The market does not like uncertainty. This is why we're seeing all this red. So my suggestion to everybody is take the time. If you've never been through an election, watch it. See how the market reacts to different things. Learn. Use this as a learning experience. Don't use it as, oh, I should be in there making money. That's not the way to do it. This week is gonna be rough. If you're gonna invest, try investing long term for stuff in the future. Okay, guys. All right, take it easy. I'll be here for you guys all next week. All right, talk soon.